Puff. Transferring data between mobiles is always a nightmare. I've had an iPhone 8 Plus for years, which I use as a secondary phone to use it as a global positioning system as Apple CarPlay in the car, without having to have my device constantly charging in a bad way. And now, well, hey, they've sent me a device that I have to test, and I want to transfer all the data from my iPhone to this Android. Here, which you will soon see its review. How are we going to do it? Well, with the help of technology as always. And thanks to our friends at Wondershare, we will be able to transfer using the Mobile Trans application from any type of mobile device files to another different one. It will be worth both for Android and for iPhone, so we have more than 6,000 devices compatible with the Wondershare Mobile Trans application. An application that we are going to see next that is super easy to handle, and that wirelessly through Wi-Fi. Whether from our home through iCloud, if we have the data there, or even between two mobile devices. Without the need for a home network, we will be able to transfer all data and applications from one device to another. To introduce you before anything else, we will be able to transfer from Android to iPhone, from iPhone to Android, from Android to Android, also without any kind of problem, as I have told you, without any kind of cable. Lastly, we will also have the possibility to make a backup of our iPhone on our computer. Also to transfer the data of our WhatsApp conversations and to transfer files to anyone who is not us to strangers. We can transfer contacts, photos, videos, music, whatever we want. Let's see it directly on the phones. Let's start by transferring data from iPhone to Android. In the case that concerns me, what I want is to transfer all the data from this iPhone 8 Plus to this phone. From here, the King Kong that we were testing the other day on the channel, I need to transfer the data to use this as a secondary phone. As you'll see, the app is straightforward. We have three main options: to transfer data from one phone to another, to transfer data from iCloud to Android, and to transfer data from WhatsApp from one phone to another. In my case, what I want to do is transfer the data from iCloud to my Android. Therefore, this integrates with the Apple identification. I'm going to enter my account here, and we're going to start downloading the data right after I enter my account. You're going to see here that it starts to recognize, well, that we have 242 contacts. Now it's loading the photos, the videos, the calendar that we have. 136 items, 1200 photos and videos, notes, reminders, I don't have any, and documents. It will take a long time since 47 gigabytes of photos and videos are being transferred over the network, which I don't want to transfer right now, but we are going to transfer all the contacts, calendars, and notes, just so you can see the demonstration in a faster way, and then I'll do the process with the photos. In this way, you can see that it's downloading. This is super fast because it works with the internet and I have a good connection at home. And you'll see that in less than a minute we would have this data transferred. And done. Here would be all our items transferred from iCloud to our Android. And now, as you can see, for example, we go into the contacts application and we see that here are the contacts that we wanted to transfer from our iCloud account to our new Android. Similarly, we would do it with the calendar. Now we're going to move on to the iPhone because here we also have some interesting features. You'll see that the application is very similar. However, we will be able to transfer, for example, things from one phone to another. For example, we are going to test transferring in this way from the iPhone to the Android. We're going to say here that we want from an iPhone to Android, and from an iPhone to Android, we're going to want to transfer basic data. We will have to give all the permissions so that it can access our location, the Wi-Fi. And as you can see, in this way, similarly, we could send the things we want. In this case, it's going to send us to scan a quick response code. Once done, both devices will interconnect and the data would have been transferred in the same way between the iPhone and the Android. As you can see, extremely fast and without any cables. The phones are not connected at all. Everything is done via Wi-Fi. But hey, maybe many of you don't want to have iCloud and, however, prefer to make a backup in a conventional way. Well, it can be done. We enter the iPhone application, connect it to the computer using a traditional USB cable, and as you can see, we have here the option to transfer from our phone to the PC. Here it gives us some small instructions on how to connect it to the computer, and now we are going to move to the laptop. And as you see, very simple. We have here absolutely all the photos that we can export. We also have videos, messages, contacts in the same way as we had done before. And once all the data is synchronized, well, we could select, for example, a few photos, or we can select, well, all the ones we want to export, and it would export them in the directory we want. In the same way with messages, here we would have all our messages. Are you also going to have the applications we have? Well, for example, it occurs to me that I have Notion and I want to save it with all my data. So in the same way, I export it and make a local backup on the computer that I can restore at any time. If I lose the iPhone or have to factory reset it, in the same way, I'm going to do the same with the contacts. But I don't go to this screen because, well, you can see all the data of each of the contacts I have saved. After all, it's the same thing we had seen before between iPhone and Android. And another very important thing we have is this file transfer, which is this. Well, basically we can select, as you are seeing certain images, I have selected 2, we click send, and it will generate a quick response code that by scanning it from any device, the data we had previously selected would be transferred to us. But it can be photos as well as music, contacts, or videos. As you have seen, Wondershare Mobile Trans is super easy to use. It requires practically nothing to make our backups or transfer files from one mobile device to another. Well said. With that, see you in the next video. Goodbye.